Sounds slightly crooked. Are you slightly?
Yeah, dude.
Are you slightly ajar?
Slightly crooked today.
I was going to say good morning, good afternoon,
good evening.
Welcome to the show. We need to do these like live so people want to talk to us because
they are live.
We need to let people comment. How's it going? Hi.
Oh, she's going well.
Here we are. Talking about
should you or should you not speak negatively about your partner to others, especially
more importantly, do you?
Your BFFs or family. In a recent evening out with a friend, an old friend, he shared with me many, I guess the word is, I don't even know what the word is. Not happiness.
Complaints
about his spouse. And, well, I'm not going to claim like I never have done this before because I know that I have. But I've never done it with this one.
With this.
It got me thinking about what that makes not only you look like as someone speaking about it, but what the relationship might look like. So
I have a lot of thoughts on this one.
I know you do. So I'm going to let her run.
Chomping at the bit. Did you get it? Well, first of all, after this conversation, Tate started with, do people, because I think we're kind of in our own bubble. Like we always say, we kind of forgot what relationships were like before this one until we remember. He's like, do people really just sit there and talk shit about their husbands and wives? It's like, yeah, absolutely. They do. And there's a lot of reels and posts and things I've seen other coaches talking about lately about this, about, like the sanctity of marriage and, what it really means to be in a partnership. It's kind of like us talking about lately how we have the no exit strategy. It's the same. It's keeping the relationship in the relationship for so many reasons. One is to show respect, I think.
Yeah.
Two, I was just saying to Tate, it's funny when I go back to thinking about my previous relationship, marriage, again, chomping at the bit, I'd be excited to talk shit about it because I would get this validation from whoever I was talking to because I would know who to say the story to. And it's funny, he said, but, think about it. Doesn't it make you look bad when you talk about your partner? And it's like, yeah, technically it does. But anyways, I was thinking that another reason why it's not good for you is because the things that you're saying about your partner in those moments are not the truth. Those things are what you're saying when you're reactive, when you're dysregulated, you're in a heightened state of, arousal, you're crazy. So it's not even those opinions. And a lot of times it bites you in the ass. I remember that so many times. My sister would always remind me of this. Like, Tracy, you can't call me and say blah, 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 blah. And then be like, hey, you guys want to go to family dinner? Everything's all cool. Let's all sit at a table and break bread together and have a drink with this person that I just shit all over. But you do that. And again, for me, I know I had certain groups of friends, certain other women that it was how we bonded. I actually read a study somewhere. I can't remember the percentage, but it's insane. Really high, like 80-90% of women connect purely based on negativity, gossiping, and shit talking, and not on the positive things, which I think makes more sense. You're more likely to see two dudes like high-fiving each other, like, yeah, bro, on something than two women because they get so competitive and so insecure. So you're less likely to see two women sit down and be like, oh my God, my husband is so great. How is he helps with the dishes and the trash. Oh, mine too. More than likely it's the other way. Like, oh, yours is a piece of shit. Mine is a piece of shit. That's what mine did. I mean, it's sad though. And I do really remember doing that all the time. And literally, I remember even being excited to see certain friends at certain times when things were really bad because I knew it was a space where I could vent and be supported and be heard. But that's the other thing. When we have a problem with each other, we need to be able to be safe for each other to go and vent and share there. Even if you need to say, look, I feel like you're being a huge dick right now, or you're hurting my feelings right now. It should be safe for you to say that. The other person should be able to take it in and say, oh, whoa, okay, I am. Or again, maybe it's not perfect in that moment, but I hear what you're saying. I'm still actually pissed at you too. We can come back to this later. More than likely, you're going to have a better resolution when you go outside too. you're getting these opinions that are, I think sometimes for me, they were validating to me because it was my friend. Let me validate you. Let me make you feel, who knows what they really thought, right? But it was like, you're my friend, so I'm going to take care of you. A lot of times too, people's opinions are their projections. You know, I never had a cheating situation, but it could be like, oh, this behavior is kind of weird. Someone who's been cheated on or thinks their husband is in the middle of cheating could be like, do you think he's cheating? Seeds are planted. Oh God, maybe he is, you know, like, so there's so many different reasons. But I do think it is so common, and I could testify that I was in that game for a long time.
I think it's important there's a difference between asking for help or seeking guidance and talking shit. And I think obviously we all need people in our lives.
How you say it as well, right?
Like, right. You're not going to someone and saying, oh my God, he's such a piece of garbage. What should I do? It's more like, you know, something's going on. He's not talking to me. What do you think?
Right. Yeah.
Versus,
I'm really frustrated right now. We've been experiencing this. I need to vent it, or I need.
There's a difference.
Guidance. What would you do?
So we're here to kind of reiterate that it should stay between the two. It's the marriage. It's your marriage.
Like we always say too, what comes first? You know, we come first. We have to put ourselves first. And that is keeping the things between us. I also think it's what helps strengthen the friendship in the relationship, because
for sure.
That is another thing I think that we could both say for us. We weren't friends with the exes, and I feel like we are best friends. And mine would even always tell me, like, you would literally tell me, like, I don't feel like you even like me. I kind of don't. But no, like, you don't even like me. Like, we're not friends. You'd rather go talk with your sister. You'd rather spend time with your sister. And it was true, because my sister was my best friend, and I did want to spend more time with her, and I would rather share things with her. Again, but it was because our relationship wasn't safe. So it's not that I could have gone back and fixed that, but it's to see those things. So when you have trust and safety, you have your own container together. You know, you want to keep the problems within the container. Because when it's relying on each other, again, it's hard to say. It's easier to think I could go to a girlfriend and be like, he is just being an absolute asshole right now. Like, what a dick. Sorry. Than it would be to go to Tate and say, look, I feel like, you know, you're kind of being a dick to me right now. I feel like you're, you know, being hurtful, or you're not understanding me, or whatever the case. But this is, again, it's how you say it. You know, I could come and say you're a fucking asshole, or I could say, look, I feel like, you know, my feelings are hurt right now, or I'm experiencing, I just feel like maybe we're disconnected. You're not hearing what I'm trying to get through to you. And then there's a possibility if I say it in that way, he can hear me. And again, we could come together and try to figure that out. But again, when you outsource, you're also amplifying it in yourself. You're amping yourself up too. Talk about like your hormones are going, like all the things. And it's like, oh my God, getting even more mad. Think how many times, not just in your partnership, but when you're mad at somebody and you reiterate it, like you get even more, like you feel hot, like you physically feel hot. It's like, oh man, I'm so fucking hot from telling you that story right now, you know?
Yeah, I think this is a big trust builder too. She knows, I know, if we're out by ourselves. And men, this is a good way to, she's going to support you on your golf trips and your man time if she knows
on your man time,
you can be trusted with not saying anything negative about her. I would say.
It's like, it just reminded me how Brian Reeves always says, what men crave is freedom, but men fight being that close in relationship because they think it takes away from their freedom. But what they don't understand is the more safe and secure that you feel, and if you want to go by that premise, more safe and secure your woman feels, your partner, your wife, people are going to be mad, you're a woman.
Oh, well.
Then it is freedom, because it's like, oh, I feel good and safe. Like, I don't need to second guess what you're doing. I don't need to chase after you. I don't need to whatever. Like, we feel good. We feel safe. We feel our bond. We feel our connection. So I do think that really is true. I think it's a hard concept to get though, but like bring it in tighter. So
big level up in the relationship.
Bigger.
Talk nice. Be nice.
I am. I'm the nicest.
She is. All right, everyone. Have a good night. We're off to sushi.
Shower.
Bye.